What's up, guys? So Derek here for something pretty special. So we have the new patch coming out tomorrow. If you guys haven't read the patch notes yet, I don't know, just look up patch 14.1. You can find them. They're probably out by now. If not, you can see the slides that Mort posted. And this is going to be a very, very consequential patch for a lot of players in TFT, like a lot of the players in this lobby. This is what the KDA Cup is going to be played on. This is going to be the patch that we're on for the next, I guess, like 2 weeks, because now we're back to normal patch schedule. So a lot of players have decided that they are going to focus on prepping for this patch by playing some games on PBE. So we have a window into this PBE lobby with a lot of lab members as well as Frodan. I don't think Keen's is lab, but maybe Keen's is lab. But like Humbug is lab. Pretty sure Biri and Kandru are lab. So yeah, it should be a fun game to watch to get an early head start on seeing what's strong on the new patch, what's broken, etc. And oh my god, we're on board with Rainplosion right now, by the way. Very, very strong player. I believe she's in KDA Cup Day 3. I called it KD Up Cup in my other video. I don't know why. My brain just wants to say KD Up Cup. We have an early Heartsteel opener, which should be really, really fun to play around. So notably in this patch, if you guys haven't looked at the notes yet, a lot of changes to items, right? Gunblade was buffed, Archangels was buffed, Deathcap was buffed, a lot of AP item buffs. Heartsteel was also changed. Let's look at Augment here. I like both Combat Caster and this other Spoils of War Augment. We don't really have that strong of an early board, so I'd probably lean Combat Caster. Though it looks like a lot of other people are fielding pretty weak boards. So maybe you can just take, we're just going to go for Spoils here and play an okay board, get some kills with Heartsteel, and then, yeah, just play this. And yeah, you can see she's already even looking at the Gunblade Slam because this item was buffed this patch. The other things to note are that full open was changed. You see Kandru here saying in chat that he's going to full open because if anyone else full opens into him, then both of their lost streaks will be lost. They're going to be reset down to 0, and it's really, really bad news for both of them. So you really only want to have one person full opening in a lobby, and we might see some of this where someone just calls that they're full open, and if they just sell all their units and say I'm full open. Oh, I guess you guys can't see, but look there, he called full open. But yeah, if you call full open, like this person here that we're fighting, Upset Max, can't really full open, even though they'd probably like to. But if they fight Kandru here, and they're both full open, then it greases both of their lost streak. Both of their lost streaks basically are reset to 0. So really, really bad for both of them. Other change I want to talk about is also in regard to streak gold. If you guys didn't watch my video on this stuff, where streaks are adjusted now. If you don't get like a huge streak, you're not getting a lot of gold. So even though Rainplosion is on a 2 streak here, she's not actually getting any gold from streak. You have to wait until you get to a 3 streak before you make gold. And it looks like she might lose her streak here. So we might just not have a streak at all, though. Or it's, I mean, we're definitely losing this fight, right? Though it's kind of close at least. But yeah. The other thing, actually, because Rainplosion is in Heartsteel so early, is Heartsteel has been changed. I would not be surprised if she goes for the new double down Heartsteel strat, where after your first cash out, you can opt to double down. Also, we got a set off carousel that's really, really nice. Also with Declaw, which is a buffed item this patch. So now all we have to do is pick up a Yone, and then we will have 5 Heartsteel, and then it's gonna go really, really crazy. Looks like she's almost thinking about selling some of these units, and there's no way, right? That we're gonna sell out of these Heartsteel units in a spot like this, just because it's so nice to have these. She did cut Heartsteel here, though, which is kind of crazy to me. Maybe she's just not valuing Heartsteel here. It's also, whoa, is this the idea that she wants to delay her first Heartsteel cash out so that she can delay when we're getting to the double it down? I don't know. This is weird. Oh my god, that's 5 Heartsteel. I mean, there's no way we're not playing that. Yeah, that's 5 Heartsteel. I wonder if that's the idea, that maybe she wants to delay this so that she can get her second Heartsteel starting on stage 2. So the way, if you guys don't know, that this sort of like second Heartsteel works is if you choose to double down, you have to full loss it. If you don't full loss it, you get immediately cashed out and you lose some of your stacks. But if you full loss it, you get a multiple of the stacks. I think you get double the stacks that you would normally get, which is kind of insane. So I have to imagine that's what Rain's going for here. Yeah, so you can raise the stakes or cash out. Here's the hard part, though. She already has a Declaw slammed and a Gunblade slammed. Yeah, I mean, it'd be so fun to raise the stakes here, but yeah, the problem is that with these item slams, we can't really guarantee that we're going to full loss here, especially because we have, like, Cassante as our headliner, who's just going to kill units. So A little bit sad that we don't get to see the new Raise the Stakes. It would be so cool. Oh my god. So this is Crab Rave, by the way, the new galaxy. If you guys weren't aware, this is a new galaxy. They've added some more galaxies this set on this patch. And this is one where it's essentially, it looks like Scuttle Puddle, but apparently the later game minion rounds are a lot stronger. So I can't wait to see. Also, man, my music is so low. I think it's just this one song. Okay, I'll turn it up a bit because like you guys probably like can't even hear the music. But yeah, we have the Gunblade Slam and we got dropped Rod plus Tier here. I have to imagine this is gonna be an Archangel Slam and we're gonna angle towards TF. For many people on this patch, TF is in their minds going to be the strongest comp by far. The comp was nerfed a teeny tiny bit. It is going to be nerfed, I guess, before we go live. Mortdog said that, you know, like it was a bit too much, so we're gonna nerf the comp a little bit. Yeah, can't you just grab Little Buddies here? They did nerf Little Buddies a little bit. Inspiring Epitaph is also really, really good. Little Buddies obviously sucks right now, but it's really, really good later. Yeah, we're just gonna go for Inspiring Epitaph. It'll be a little bit lower cap, maybe. Maybe this is already the same amount of cap. But yeah, you see, Rain's going to make the Gunblade plus the Archangels here, and oh, she's already just gonna start putting the units in Team Builder. She can't find Nami, okay. I guess she's just looking specifically for Nami, but yeah. Targ was buffed, Gragas was buffed, Nami was like sort of buffed, TF was buffed, though they're reverting that buff. So many things about this comp were buffed, so a lot of people are anticipating that it's going to be one of the strongest comps on the patch. And also, look how rich Rain is. I mean, I guess it's just because we're in this new kind of Scuttle Puddle place. I wonder what you go for off Carousel with this glove open. I normally think like Steadfast Heart and then look for like a red buff for TF. I think because you have Archangel, like JG isn't the worst, so then you don't really have like an attack speed / mana item, so probably not. I imagine we're just gonna go for Steadfast Heart, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I mean, our augments look really, really good. A little bit sad that we haven't been able to get that much Explosive Wars value, but I mean, look at our Heartsteel value, 140 stacks already. We have one more fight, I believe, for it. Yeah, she could either take the Steadfast Heart component here or a bow component. Yeah, she's just going to go Steadfast Heart component. It's also on a Zac, which feels really nice because that unit can definitely see play on your board. Zac's also another unit that got giga buffed this patch. So yeah, just all the little pieces of this comp. Lulu got buffed and Hyperpop got super buffed. Yeah, Gwinsu got buffed. I mean, Gwinsu sort of got buffed in correlation with TF, and any attack speed item is now like slightly better on TF. Yeah, she is going to make the Steadfast Heart. Just a very straightforward slam here. It is a little scary to slam that before the fight, because you would really like to lose this fight. Looks like this wasn't the difference maker, yeah, in this fight. Wow, that Twitch one actually did so much. I'm surprised that Ferdinand's board won that hard, but yeah, we're going to take that loss here. 191 cash out. Let's see what it is. It's tier. I have to imagine these orbs are going to have, you know, some decent stuff in them. I think she just doesn't want to accidentally... It was just 3 components and some gold. I mean, really? I assumed it would be more than that. 3 components and some gold. I mean, 3 components is 3 components for sure. I almost felt like that was kind of a small cash out for the number of stacks that we had, but maybe it was a lot of gold. We were like 50 gold here, so I guess it was a lot of gold or something. I'm surprised that... I mean, I guess they did nerf They nerfed 5 Heartsteel a little bit, so like we're less stacks than you would normally be in a spot like that, but still, kind of wild. A Kali pair is interesting. And you see Rain's actually just going to roll here on 3-7 because we're so rich. We want to just hit these units before everyone else. She's just going to dip down to 40 gold here and then starts like slowly pivoting into the board. And then she's going to roll the rest next round to try to find a headliner to play around. Ideally, like a TF headliner would be awesome because we already have this Blitzcrank to play around. But yeah, I mean, we're still 50 gold even with rolling there. Got to figure out our items. Lulu 2 is great. EDM Zac is probably good enough, I would say, but we do need to find a carry to play around. I don't think it's Ezreal. Yeah, she's just going to skip over that Ezreal too. I mean, we could play around the Lulu for now. It's just kind of awkward fitting everything onto the board. We also don't have... Yeah, this is a really awkward board right now, but we'll get there. Make the Shojin and the Bramble Vest here just to finish off our items, which look pretty good. Only downside is we are without Shred and without Healing Reduc on this board. We definitely have to get to like an Ionic Spark, and then we'll see what this glove becomes. Wish there was a Healing Reduc item that built out of glove, but it doesn't exist in the game. I don't really love any of these. I guess you could go Harm Assist. I would be surprised about Too Big to Fail, but maybe there's a world. Unified. Okay, oh wow, and we hit Disco TF. Yeah, that's got to come in here. Unified Resistance in this Disco comp is interesting. I mean, once you get like more vertical Disco in, it's slightly playable. But yeah, she's just sending it to 0 here to try to find something. Finds the Lux too. we're not playing almost like the more traditional disco board. Finally gets in 5 disco. And I mean, yeah, with once you have 5 disco in with the disco TF, Unified isn't too bad. And it does do a lot of work with the extra shielding value that we get from the Inspiring Epitaph. So yeah, I mean, it makes some sense. The problem is just a little bit awkward with the disco balls. I believe the disco balls count as a unit because they count as units for stuff like the augment that like cares about your guys clumping altogether. I forget what that one is called, but yeah, the one where like it cares about adjacent units it counts for. So I imagine it counts for this. But you see, like TF isn't going to be getting the value here, but every other, well, actually, in our 2 frontline units aren't going to get other either. Yeah, unified. It almost looked like it didn't count the disco balls because I didn't really see the unified effect there. So is she not getting unified value at all here? In either case, I mean, we're still winning fights actually with how strong this board is, and you can just see now with TF2 and like a bunch of these units, even 1-starred, we're just bowling over boards here. This is actually crazy. Really want to pick up a spark here, I would think, ideally. And yeah, she's just gonna go for that spark. There was also a Ziggs on carousel with cloak, so we could have just taken the Ziggs for shred though. It's a little bit awkward to fit on this board. It's going to be hard. I mean, you can just get out of the Nami, I guess, and play Ziggs, which wouldn't be bad either. I didn't really like the item that much, though. And yeah, we actually get our item that we farmed off of the Spoils of War, which was a Pain Vest, so we could make Steadfast Heart. So now we have insane frontline, actually. And yeah, okay, now she's going to move her units down so that we get, yeah, and there's the actual unified value. Yeah, so the disco balls don't count for the unified value. I didn't know that. I assumed they would count because they count for the other. That's so strange. But then they don't count as units for stuff like Hull Breacher or it's Hull Crusher. Hull Breacher is the Magic the Gathering card. I always say that. But yeah, for stuff like Hull Crusher. So it's kind of strange. We're 2 off Lulu 3 randomly, which is kind of hilarious. But we just saw a bunch of Lulus on the roll down. I guess we're just going to go for this. I mean, I don't hate it. The only thing is it's kind of awkward. Like later game, you definitely want to cut this Lulu for Sona and just keep the Echo in because he's Sentinel. So why are we really going for Lulu 3 then? I guess maybe there's an idea we can just play it over Sona. Like, I mean, you have to get Sona in on this board. She is so nice for this board. But yeah, another win with this board. It's going to be a 5 streak with honestly, like, I mean, a good, oh my god, by the way, disco, or not disco, but another Sona there, not bad. But yeah, like a fine disco board. But I mean, look at our board. It's just TF2 and Lulu 2, right? Everything else is 1-starred except for the set. Like this is a pretty mediocre disco board. I think on previous patches, this board definitely would have taken like a good amount of damage this stage. But on this patch, this board is absolutely cruising. I'm gonna go 9 here just because we are rich enough to do it. Roll down, try to pick up like a Sona 2 and like Yana 2 and stuff like that. Alawi 2 is the other big pickup on this stage right now. There's the Alawi. You can get that in over set usually. We're just gonna be playing 3 Bruiser for now because you don't actually have like a 2-star front line. And we're gonna opt to make Adapticone here on the Lulu. Decent item. More casts for your Lulu. It's going to be nice with Spellweaver. It's going to be really good on Sona later. We would definitely preferred something like a Shoujin, I think, but I guess we didn't have that option. Going to continue to roll here. Looks like she's stopping rolling. Yeah, I would think you continue to roll here. There's the Sona, yeah, and it comes over the Lulu. That's why we can't look for Lulu 3, because you have to play these 3 Spellweavers when you play. Really nice thing about Alawi is that it enables positioning for your Unified very, very easily. I guess that's the nice thing, is if you know you're going to get to Alawi, then you can use Unified positioning like very, very well with these tentacles. So you see like all of our front line is getting it now. We could even give it to our second row if we wanted to by moving a tentacle down, but looks like we just don't care that much about the Unified. Yeah, exactly. She's going to do that now so that we get Unified value on those units. It's pretty smart actually to keep this set in. I was thinking like you definitely sell the set and move items just because like synergies, you know, put in the Kiana because she activates synergies. But if you sell this set, your front line actually gets a good bit worse. So she's just going to play around the set for now and then just go 10 because, I mean, we're in this galaxy, right? We have a ton of gold. We can definitely go 10 and we're 41 HP. So as long as we don't take horrible losses, we're fine. We're going to absolutely roll over this like That's Jazz Baby Bard reroll comp, which looks like definitely on the new patch. It is still not very strong. I mean, I don't know why it would be. A Bruiser spat actually would not be bad at all here. Activates 4 Bruiser for us and later game, we can just play for Zach over this random set. Or even, I wonder if we just keep the set in and then play for something like, looks like she does think Zach is better. But you could also just play for a Yorick here, right? And then it activates Mosher off of set and its Guardian with Tariq. So that could be another option as well. Looks like she just wants to get into the Zach eventually, though, which makes sense. I mean, definitely seems like a much better unit than this set late game. Fighting Yasuo reroll, which should be a pretty easy matchup for us, I would think. The Nami bubble is going to be really, really influential. And yeah, our positioning ends up being really good versus the Yasuo because we have a really tanky unit on the left side. You got to be really, really careful when you're playing into edgelords to not just put some like really weak tanks on this side because they can just dash through the tanks into your backline. But nice positioning by Rain. She keeps the Blitzcrank on that side, so it's really hard for the Yasuo to actually get onto our backline. That gives the left side enough time for everyone to walk up, and then, you know, the Yasuo got stuck on our entire board. So really, really nice. Fighting an Arya Kali board. I actually saw Rain playing this board in another one of the games. It looks like this might become one of the preferred versions of Ahri to play on the patch because, you know, it's just the Sentinels were nerfed, and I don't think Akali was buffed at all or anything like that. But yeah, this looks like our Crab Rave. Now we're going to fight this giant minion. Oh my god, yeah, and it just jumps around. Look at that HP bar, by the way. Gave at least one item. Looks like 2 items. Is he going to give 3 full items? Oh my god. Rain's board just demolished it, by the way, because she is so strong. Looks like everybody beat it. Okay, so it's strong, but not so strong that it's like, you know, impossible to beat or anything like that. She's going to get Zac in now. Has it chosen a Lowy that she could pick up? It's Bruiser +1. Wow, she is going to go for it. And yeah, that's 6 Bruiser with the set still in. And she still has the TF to keep items onto. So yeah, 6 Bruiser pivot. Really, really nice, actually. The board is going to be insanely tanky now. Going to pick up some items for Sona. This is going to be Death Cap for Sona. And then you really would like some kind of healing reduction item. I think a red buff would be really, really nice. But not gonna be able to pick that up, so I don't know. I guess you just go blue buff. It's not great, but it's okay. And then just slam those items onto Sona. But yeah, 6 Bruiser. It's a really cool pivot. You end up pivoting out of the 6 disco, but yeah, with the +1 from like actually getting in the Zac, and then the +1 from getting in the actual like keeping the set on your board, you get to play 6, which is really cool, and the Bruiser spat, of course. Really, really cool, and her frontline should be insane now, especially with the Sona. Oh, also, very, very big thing to note, it's damage Sona here. They nerfed attack speed Sona a bit, buff damage Sona. So looks like Rain is playing around damage Sona in this game. She doesn't really care that much about the attack speed. She just cares about the extra damage. I mean, high key, we could go for like a 3-star 5+ this game, but maybe we're not able. I mean, there's a Sona. It looks like she's looking for it. You'd have to find maybe like a headliner Sona and then like really, I don't know. We need like a duplicator and stuff. It's pretty hard. And now that she's holding 3 Sonas, you can't find Headliner Sona anymore, so a bit unfortunate. Once we find the Ziggs too, I have to imagine it's going to come in over the Nami. You lose a Disco Ball, but getting Ziggs is really, really nice. So I would think that would be the swap up, but I don't know if the game's going to even get that far. This board is just demolishing everyone else. 13 streak, by the way. There's a red buff, by the way, for the healing reduct. We just don't really have a unit to hold it anymore. I guess it could end up going on the Ziggs. She's just going to go Gwynsu. Oh, actually, we have a remover, right? Yeah, she's just going to go Gwynsu here, though. Did we? We don't have any kind of healing reduct, yeah, but she just opts to say, it's not worth it to go for the red buff. We're just going to go for the Gwynsu here. Get the Ziggs in now over the Nami, like I was talking about. Shift your positioning around a little bit, then she can move Gwynsu over to Sona, which is really nice, and then the blue buff will just go on Ziggs. Thought about getting Disco back in there, it looked like, but yeah, we're just going to play the 4 Disco here so that we can play the Ziggs, which I think makes a lot of sense. Ziggs is just such a unit, such a good unit, spreads the Dazzler really well. Wow. This is a really, really close fight versus, that was Frodan's board there. I guess that was 7 country with how tanky. Let's go back a little bit. That surely this was 7 country. Yeah, he got the country spat, which is now craftable, by the way, which is going to be really cool. We're going to see a lot more 7 country. But yeah, 7 country. Look how big and tanky this Dread Steed is. It's just sitting on the front line, soaking up all this damage. If Rain's board was not insanely captain, oh my god, the damage from that damage Sona, then Frodan would have certainly won that. It looks really, really strong, actually, which is cool. Ooh. I mean, fuck it. Do you ever... I'm down to, like, chill for 1 round. Oh, wait, no. Bros is about to die is the problem. I was like, I'm down to, like, lock this and chill for a round. I mean, she could make her board artificially weaker to try to go for this Ziggs. Are they... Oh, they already have Ziggs, too. That's so sad. Okay. So it's impossible to hit Ziggs 3 here. So I think Rain's just going to take her victory. If this person didn't have Ziggs 2, we could have gone for, like, Ziggs 3. But, I mean, it's just bragging rights at that point, right? It's like, it doesn't really... It definitely doesn't make... I mean, it makes your board better to hit a Ziggs 3, but you definitely don't need it to win the game. All right. Definitely an insane game on Disco. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this gives you guys a little bit of info on how to play on the new patch, which is coming out tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I said that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll wait for this to load in so you guys can see, like, the final... I'm going to start doing this more, showing you guys, like, the final thing so you can see all the comps. Also, it's just nice because... it gives time for all the, like, ending info cards to pop up, because I know some people complain about that. Looks like Kale Reroll went 8th. Well, 7th actually. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have fun on the new patch tomorrow. I'll definitely do some kind of like patch, like tier list video, a little bit into it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.